There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a spider that wiggled and wriggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a bird. How absurd to swallow a bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wriggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cat. Imagine that! She swallowed a cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and giggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a dog. What a hog. Swallow a dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wriggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed that spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a goat. Just opened her throat and swallowed a goat. She swallowed the goat to catch the dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wriggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cow. I don't know how she swallowed a cow. She swallowed the cow to catch the goat. She swallowed the goat to catch the dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wriggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch that fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a horse. She's dead, of course. Today, friends, is Integrity of Creation Sunday. And I think I just went through about the whole chain of life. It is a day to acknowledge the great web of life in which we move and have our being. It is a day to acknowledge the interconnectedness of all of Earth's creatures and the impact that we have on one another, like it or not. Like the old lady in one of my favorite songs from my childhood, we cannot even swallow a fly without sending ripples throughout the whole ecosystem. And that is an awe-inspiring awareness. It's like the metaphorical saying that when a butterfly flaps its wings, it can cause a hurricane on the other side of the world. And that is an awareness to hold reverently and joyfully. For it reminds us that our actions can be an occasion for a chain of reactions that can lead to pain and destruction, sure enough, or to healing and great, great joy. And we stand a better chance of creating more healing and joy in the world when we realize and embrace the reality that we are one with everyone and everything. Unfortunately, the church, like most institutions, I'm afraid, has often created false dichotomies that tear apart our sense of oneness, separating body from soul and sacred from secular and church from world. We act as if our bodies cannot be holy vessels. And we act as if those outside the church are not God's people too. And as if we are not a part of the whole of creation. But nothing could be further from the truth, and further from the good news of the gospel. For the gospel is nothing if not a vision of oneness. A vision like the dream of the writer of the Revelation, proclaiming God's desire to bring wholeness to all that is, to all of creation, and God's yearning to wipe every tear from every eye. So if we are to be people of the gospel, we must also be people of imagination. Because we must be able to imagine God, with God, a world that is not divided, but is one. Because like the butterfly flapping her wings, imagination is the first ripple that brings forth the good. We can only bring to fruition what we can first imagine. So if we can only imagine a world of war, that is in fact what we will receive. If we can only imagine guns as the solution to our fears, that is what we will receive. If we can only imagine a world in which what is mine, and too bad for the rest of you, then that is what we shall receive. But if we can imagine a world of shared abundance and nonviolent resolution of conflict and international cooperation and a just peace with dignity for all, then that is what we shall all receive. And it begins with me and with you today. As the Stewardship Committee calls us today to reflect on the kind of church we imagine ourselves to be, it begins with me and with you and with our collective imagination. As we go outside at the conclusion of worship to dedicate the peace pole today, we're called to reflect on what kind of world we desire, and to acknowledge that that world that we desire begins with me and with you and with our collective imagination. As one of my favorite bumper stickers proclaims, imagine world peas, or imagine world peace. But we must imagine. Imagine we must, if we are to survive as one whole and undivided planet. The very coming of the kingdom of God depends on it. At the end of her book, The Luminous Web, pastor, professor, and theologian Barbara Brown Taylor shares a memory that I share with you now. One 4th of July, I stood on the bank of the East River, along with most of the rest of New York City, and watched the sky explode with light. There were fireworks that opened like flowers, with green blossoming into blue that spit out spores of white. There were red hearts that grew larger as they flew toward us. There were triple-tiered fountains of gold that spilled silver stars. The sky was so bright that all the people in front of me were no more than dark silhouettes. About 10 feet away, a child sat atop her father's shoulders. Every time time there was a new explosion in the sky, she reached her right hand up toward it. She did this over and over again, trying to curl her fingers around the light. Over and over again. So that all my memories of those vastly different fireworks have the same small, dark hand in them, reaching for the sky. As far as I know, she never caught a single spark. But neither did she ever stop trying. And neither, my friends, should we. Neither